This video is brought to you by the lovely sponsors below. Thank you so much for your support.
Black pawn to c6.
Nell! We need to talk. Now!
I'm currently in the middle of something. Surely it can wait.
I could give a crap about what you're in the middle of. This conversation is happening, and you're not running from it.
Fine, then you're playing white. Sit down and we'll talk while we play. It's your move, by the way. So what's gotten you all worked up this time? I mean, we've relocated Okita, broken 2 of the Lost Belts and their cryptors, and are currently finding our way to the coastline to meet up with the Wandering Sea. I'd say things are looking up.
Sure. Things are looking up. But there is the little matter of what happened before Gato Damarang. You know, Kadok being taken, and probably killed by that bastard Kirei Kotomine.
That is unfortunate. King to g6. We were not able to get any information out of him before he was removed. Then we lost Ophelia. But at the same time, that does remove 2 pieces from the board.
Moving the king this early. Pawn to b7.
Sometimes you need to push the leader in the right direction in order to make full use of the board.
Right position, huh? Is that why you didn't tell me?
Rook to h8. Didn't tell you what exactly? You'll need to be more specific. We're both magi with our secrets. Unless you're planning to be open about everything you've said and done. Don't think I don't remember you and Nina arguing when we first dove into imaginary number space. What was it? A man at a time is nothing but secrets?
Pawn to b8 and turn it to queen. That may be, but I'm not a traditional magus either. Besides, what you held back wasn't a secret about your past or your future. I could give a damn about that. I care about you knowing about Misaki being alive.
Queen to h1. Checkmate.
Enough of this! Why didn't you tell me? We could have saved her, or at least tried to do something about it.
When? Where? How? With what plan? With which servants? At what location? Who would lead? Do you know what we would have faced? What possible strategy could you have formed when our resources and morale are at the bottom of the barrel, Musaki? Look, I get it. She was your family. However, at times, things need to be viewed objectively and actions taken accordingly.
I get that. I'm not an idiot, Nell. The problem is, you didn't even consider putting me in the conversation. You just decided on your own what you thought was best, and did it. Even if we decided we couldn't go back, or it was a trap, at least I would know I could trust you.
What did you do the moment I told you that we lost Okita's safecraft? You were distraught and shuffled around like a depressed mess looking for her. At the time I got those transmissions, we hadn't even figured out a way out of imaginary number space, let alone a stable anchor point. They wanted us dead, period. The attack on Chaldea proved it, and I was not about to risk the remaining personnel, equipment, and servants on a foolish rush that had a 0% chance of success. Additionally, we were in the sea for 2 weeks our time, but 3 months passed out there. Communications came in faster than we could have planned her rescue, so there was no choice to be made here except to wait and find our exit.
There you go again. You're deciding things without my input. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that Okita being missing didn't affect me, but at the end of the day, when the Lost Belts came, that didn't stop me. I trust you to have my back. I trust you have all of our backs. But you kept us away from me and decided the best course of action, just like this damn chess game. How can I even begin to trust that you won't hold back anything else, huh?
Because I did have your backs then, as I do now. After all, if I had told you, knowing you and Nina as the 2 who tend to lead this pack, you would have rushed in, guns blazing without a moment's hesitation. You want me to be more open? Fine. But in return, this is what I want. I need to know all the variables we're dealing with. Who exactly are you, and all the information about this out-of-time business. You don't want to be chess pieces used and then put in a box at the end of the game? Fine. Help me see the value of the people beyond the game. Because right now, like it or not, we're in Wodime's game. One I intend to play for keeps, and not die pointlessly in some former director's mad attempt at vengeance.
All of this is just some game to you, huh? Wodime isn't playing around, And if you joined us thinking we're nothing more than pieces to advance on a board, then I sorely misjudged you when Sippy brought us together way back when. Since you moved the king first, I got a great idea. How about you put your ass on the line in the next Lost Belt we come across, instead of staying in here? Tristan, a guy who hasn't spoken a word since I met him, threw himself into the fire with Nina and fought alongside her. I trust him, the guy who doesn't speak, over the professor who talks like she knows everything.
You know what? That's not a bad idea, all things considered. I've been stuck fixing the sprite after we landed in the last 2 belts. We should at least be able to slip in easier now. If that's the case, I shouldn't need to sit in the engine room repairing things. And no, Musaki, I know it's not a game. My life is on the line here as much as anyone else's. Why do you think I have been trying to keep things going here, when I could have just as easily found a way to turn you all over to the cryptors? I've thrown my lot in here, and I'll be damned if I let anyone throw me back in the hole.
Then prove it now, because as it stands, I can't trust a word you say. I'm not the director anymore. I've accepted that. And I'll accept no longer being your friend as well. Checkmate.
One thing before you go, Musaki. A philosophical question for you. One from a book I quite enjoy, if I may.
What is it?
What do you do when there's an evil you cannot defeat by just means? Do you stain your hands with evil to destroy evil? Or do you remain steadfastly just and righteous, even if it means surrendering to evil?
Goodbye, Professor.
A paradox, Master? In either case, evil remains. You shouldn't push his buttons too hard.
I know. But sometimes you have to stain your hands with evil deeds to destroy the greater evil. I'll come to accept that in time and see that I'm right. But might as well take him up on his offer should that opportunity arise. With MHXX back in the servant first, that leaves only you, Semi, and Nobu that I can rely on currently. PT does owe me a favor, sure, but I need to play that card carefully.
Well, Master, don't disappoint. And next time, how about inviting me for the summer vacation?
It's a deal.